Hey everyone, I hope you're well. My name is Zselyke, and in this quick video I wanted to show you how to install Google Analytics tracking via Google Tag Manager. It's actually fairly easy and quick, but for the purpose of this video, I will be assuming that you already have a Google Analytics account and also a Google Tag Manager account set up. So once you have those two things, it's going to be fairly easy. But if you already do have some level of Google Analytics tracking implemented on your website, and now you want to move on to Google Tag Manager, I ask you to erase all that type of tracking, because if you will start using Google Tag Manager and you also have the previous tracking installed, what it can do is you might have double tracking, meaning that you might track the same interactions of the same user twice, and then it can confuse your data quite a bit. So I invite you to erase previous tracking and from now on focus on Google Tag Manager if this is what you want to do. So if you have all that done, then let's go ahead and get started.
So to get started, we simply head to Google Tag Manager, and in the home page you click on Add a new tag. So we will call it something descriptive such as Google Analytics All Pages. The tag configuration is quite easy because once you click on it, you will have all these recommendations, and we will choose the Google Analytics Universal Analytics Code. So you simply click on this, and then over this, the tracking type will be page view, and the Google Analytics settings, for that we will have to set up a new variable, and for that we will need a tracking ID. So for that, we're gonna head over to your Google Analytics. So you enter the home site, you click on admin, and then after that you head to tracking info, and from there to tracking code. At this case, we actually won't be using the global site tag. All you need is the tracking ID. So you simply copy this, and once you have that, you actually paste it over here, and that's it. You won't be needing a cookie domain for now, and make sure to also name this variable. I think it's just good to name it the tracking ID that you're using, so this should be working just fine. So this is saved. Then we head over to triggers. So what we want is to Google Analytics to fire on all the pages, and this is what we will set as a trigger. So this is actually the first recommended type of trigger, and we will just simply click on it and then it will be selected. So if you have the tag configuration and you have chosen the Google Analytics Universal one, and if you have set up the Google Analytics setting and added your tracking code and set the triggering as all pages, then this is actually all you need to do. You can go ahead and save this. Now, to make sure that this is set up correctly, and most of the time it is, but I think it's still always good to check it. So you just head over to preview mode. And at this point, once you enter the preview mode, and this is only visible for you and no other user on your website will be seeing this, but when you head over to your website and refresh it, you should be able to see the preview mode in the bottom. So if everything is set up correctly, then you should have the Google Analytics tracking fired over here. So this is the one we just installed, the Google Analytics All Pages. Now, if you want to make sure that it's all set up correctly, then you can go ahead and you can check that it's firing on all other pages as well. If you want, you can go ahead and check this on all pages. At this point, you can already leave preview mode, and you just click OK over here. And I am going to be submitting this change, so just make sure to add the descriptive name. So if you or anyone else ever checks what changes have been implemented in Google Tag Manager, you will know what that was. So once you have that, you can go ahead and publish this. And now at this point it's live. So if you still want to double check that it's working all right, then you can still head to Google Analytics. And at this point, you can go over to real time and overview, and at this point over here you should see all the current activity if the Google Analytics is installed correctly. So let's say I go to a different URL over here, and the same URL that I will have over here should be showing up in real time. So whatever page I have entered recently should be the one popping up over here. So looks like this is working all right. So at this point our Google Analytics is installed correctly.
Thanks so much for following along. I hope that was helpful for you. If so, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up, or if you found my content relevant, then please subscribe. I talk quite a bit about digital marketing, tracking, and also quite a bit about Google Ads. So if any of these are relevant for you, then I invite you to check out my other videos as well. And other than that, feel free to always leave some comments below if you have any questions. I would be happy to answer them, and will do so as soon as I have time. So I wish you luck with your marketing endeavors, and I will see you next Wednesday with a new video.